Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here with another extravagant few minutes live here on the Captain Lou Sports Network on YouTube. And, of course, on our Facebook page, which is the Captain Lou Extravaganza. And you can watch these on X as well, at The Real Captain Lou. Hey, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, by the way, which is the Captain Lou Sports Network. You get all of these programs, all of our extravagant few minutes, live and archived, and also the extravaganza with yours truly, and with my tag team partner, Mitch Bernstein, and the ACHA Power Play into Season 10 already, Episode 3, coming up soon. That is the Captain Lou Sports Network on YouTube. Subscribe to it. It's that simple. All right, happy Saturday, everybody. It is a great Saturday if you're a Michigan fan, state of Michigan sports fan. Let's just call it that. The Lions, the Michigan and Michigan State games going on today, and, of course, the Tigers on to Seattle for game one tonight, 8:38, first pitch. Tigers taking care of the Cleveland Guardians on Thursday in game 3 of that wild card series. The Bats woke up. The Tigers hung on 6-3. Big win for the Tigers. Big pitching performance for Jack Flaherty in game 3. And it's an exciting time if you're a Tigers fan. Here's my question before we get any further. Does the sting of losing the division and blowing that 15.5 game lead, does that go away now that they are on to the divisional round? I know that they didn't clinch an automatic berth, but they have moved past Cleveland. They're now in the divisional round. Does the sting go away? For me, it does. They're still in the playoffs. That's all that counts. All right, we mentioned game one tonight. It's going to be Troy Melton taking the mound for the Tigers, a bullpen game. 3 days rest, just not enough for Tariq Skubal. He's going to get the call tomorrow night in game 2. So I like how it sets up for the Tigers. You know they were going to have a bullpen game at one point or another in the series. I think it works out pretty good that they get it in game 1. If they can get Skubal to get him a split, or even tonight, who knows? If Detroit can come out of Seattle with a split and get back to Detroit, I really like their chances, because Skubal then, if needed, would go in game 5 on Friday night in Seattle on 4 days rest again. So I like how it sets up for the Tigers. Casey Mize and Jack Flaherty in game 3 and game 4, which would be Tuesday and Wednesday in Detroit. I know Seattle's got the bats. I know they've got a good pitching staff. I've been saying it all along. They're the team to watch out for. But Detroit's got a pretty good opportunity. I really like how this sets up for the Tigers with the starting pitching. I know we will hold our breath with the bullpen. But again, Troy Melton going in game 1 tonight, 8:38 first pitch. Tomorrow, game 2, Skubal gets the call, 8:08. Should be a fun weekend of baseball for the Tigers. Let's see what they can do against Seattle in Seattle before they go to Detroit for the first playoff matchup, game 3 on Tuesday night. All right, my Major League Baseball predictions for the divisional rounds of the playoffs. Let's see what we got here. Going with my heart with some of them, I'm going to take Detroit in 5. I think the opportunity to potentially get Skubal pitching 2 games for the Tigers is big. I love how Flaherty pitched in game 3. He's going to get the mound in game 4. And I'm begging Hinch, let Mize pitch more than 62 pitches if he's doing good. Come on. These guys can pitch 100 pitches. I don't know what the deal is with that. But I'm going to go with the Tigers in 5 in this one. I think they can do it. As far as the Yankees and the Blue Jays, I love Toronto in this one as well in 5. I know the Yankees, with that rookie sensation pitching in game 3, all of a sudden they've found something. But Toronto's got the home field advantage. I think Toronto can pull it out in 5. That one's going to go either way. I could very easily see the Yankees even winning that one in 4. Just like the next one in the National League, I've got the Dodgers winning it in 4. Sorry, Mitch. I just think their starting pitching is just a little too strong for the Phillies. I know the Phillies got the bat. They got the home field advantage. But I think the Dodgers have found something. I think that sweep against the Reds is going to help their confidence. And I love their starting pitching. I think that's the big advantage over the Phillies. Ohtani's going tonight. The big question is he going to go more than 5 innings, even if he's got a good game going? So we'll keep an eye on that. And in the final matchup, the Craig Counsell series, I like the Brew Crew in this one. I think they're going to win it in 4 or possibly 5. There's a big chip on their shoulder for the Brewers after what Craig Counsell did to them, kind of carpet bagging down to Chicago to take over the managerial role for the Cubs. I could see the Brewers winning this one in either 4 or 5. So those are my predictions for Major League Baseball in the divisional round of the playoffs. All right, Michigan, we talked about it. They've got a noon matchup today against Wisconsin. This should be a layup for Michigan, as then they can turn their attention to USC next weekend out in Southern California. You don't want to look too far past them. They're a 17.5-point favorite, by the way, in this one. I'm not going anywhere near that game as far as a betting standpoint. I think Michigan's going to win, but that's such a big point spread. You never know. The big matchup, this is the one that's very intriguing, coming up at 4 o'clock in Nebraska. This is going to be on FS1 or Fox. Michigan State traveling to Nebraska. This is what I call a statement game for both teams. Nebraska coming off a tough loss to Michigan, and Michigan State coming off I want to say an impressive game against USC. Now, I know they didn't win, but they put some points up. USC, I think, is a fraud on defense. Michigan State's defense, you know, this is going to be interesting. This is a big game for Michigan State because if they want to go back to a bowl game this year, this is one I think they've got to have. So I think it's an important mindset for them. They're a 12.5-point dog on the road at Nebraska. So that's something to keep in mind on that. And of course, tomorrow we got the Lions, a 10.5-point road favorite at Cincinnati. Cincinnati, of course, without Joe Burrow. Jake Browning is going to be the starting quarterback. Boy, that's a lot of points. As a bettor, I don't bet on the Lions games, but even if I did, I wouldn't touch that point spread with a 10-foot pole. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have Presley's parlays. Her teaser parlays, 6-0 last weekend, 22-6 on the regular season for football. Let's see if we can get some more pizza pies and dog biscuits your way. We're going to take a look at those right after this here on An Extravagant Few Minutes. Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here. Hey, is there a ball game you want to go to last minute? How about the Spartans at Spartan Stadium? Go to the Big House to watch the Wolverines. Is there an NFL game you want to go to? Lambeau Field, Ford Field, wherever, Baltimore. How about the Tigers for the pennant drive? Well, go to SeatGeek. Get those tickets there. Use the promo code Captain Lou right on the screen, and you'll get $20 off of your purchase. It's that simple. So go to the Spartan game. Go to the Big House. But use the promo code Captain Lou at SeatGeek, and you'll be all set. All right, welcome back to An Extravagant Few Minutes here on the Captain Lou Sports Network on YouTube, and of course on our Facebook page, which is the Captain Lou Extravaganza. And again, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all of our great programming, all of our Extravagant Few Minutes episodes live and archived. The Extravaganza. Hey, we had great interviews last week on the show, by the way. We had Rod Peterson from the Rod Peterson Show joining us on talking a lot of NHL, and Max Baltman from the Athletic, the Detroit Red Wings insider. We've got those interviews up on our YouTube channel as well. So check those out at Captain Lou Sports Network. Become a subscriber. All right, here we go. Presley's parlays. Now, I know it's just teaser parlays, but we're making some serious dough. Pizza pies and dog biscuits. 22-6 on our teaser parlays throughout the regular season. Last weekend, a perfect 6-0. Can the streak continue? Let's see if we can do that. Make it. At least for today, we've got 3 teaser parlays for you. Right now, let's get to teaser parlay number 1. This is a monster one. This is a 4-way parlay. We don't normally do this, but I'm going to do a 13-point teaser parlay. I'm going to bump up Michigan State to a 25.5-point dog on the road against Nebraska. I'm also going to get the over knocked down from 48.5 to 35.5. I think one of those two teams could potentially score 35.5 on their own. I'm going to take Northwestern. They're now going to get a 1.5 at home against Louisiana Monroe. And Maryland, they're a 5.5-point dog at home against Washington. Washington making the cross-country trek. I'm going to buy it up to 18.5 points for Maryland to be a home dog by 18.5. This is minus 140 on this 13.5-point 4-team teaser parlay. All right, how about teaser parlay number 2? Back to our normal 10-point teaser parlay. Going to go with a lot of over-unders on this one, all 3 of them, as a matter of fact. Give me Michigan State and Nebraska over 38.5 points. I think these two teams are going to put some points up today, so this one should be rather easily. Florida and Texas down in Gainesville. I'm going to go with over 32.5 points, bought down from 42.5. And Vanderbilt and Alabama, I'm going to go with over 46.5 on this one. The line is 56.5. This one is minus 120. And finally, Presley's parlay number 3. I'm going to go with Florida State. They're getting 4 at home tonight. Make it plus 14 on a 10-point teaser parlay. Then I'm going to go over Minnesota and Ohio State, 32.5. The over-under there right now is 42.5, so I'm going to buy that down to 32.5. Texas A&M, that's supposed to be a minus sign, my bad. They're a 16.5-point favorite at home against Mississippi State. I'm going to buy it down to minus 6.5. And that, of course, is minus 120. All right, there you go. Our teaser parlays for today. Again, let's bring it up real quick. Teaser parlay number 1. Right there, Michigan State, 25.5 points at Nebraska. Take over 35.5. Northwestern plus 1.5 versus Louisiana Monroe. And Maryland plus 18.5 against Washington at home. It's minus 140. Teaser parlay number 2, Michigan State, Nebraska, over 38.5. Texas and Florida over 32.5. Vanderbilt, Alabama, over 46.5. And teaser parlay number 3, Florida State, plus 14 versus Miami. Minnesota and Ohio State take the over at 32.5. And Texas A&M, minus 6.5 versus Mississippi State at home. That teaser is minus 120. All right, that's going to do it for another Extravagant Few Minutes episode. Enjoy the weekend, everybody. Enjoy tonight and tomorrow for the Tigers and the Mariners. The Lions tomorrow against the Cincinnati Bengals on the road. Michigan at home against Wisconsin. Michigan State at home or on the road against Nebraska. Hey, thanks, everybody, for welcoming us into your homes, on your computers, on your laptops, however you watched us around the world here on the Captain Lou Sports Network. Captain Lou saying, keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open. So long, everybody.